This video is an extract of a typical client session consisting of Kabbalistic birth chart astrological reading integrated with Enneagram Analysis. For more information, please visit theseedsofwisdom.com. Thanks for watching. So, Julia, welcome to this reading. And
Thank you.
so you are a Virgo, right?
Yes.
And you are a Virgo on the third decade. So although, you know, for the Kabbalistic astrology, you are born on the 22nd day of Virgo. So you're very close to Libra because it's the third decade. Your planet is Mercury, and is confirmed because Mercury, so the double energy of Mercury, which makes you like a person like very communicative. You communicate, you move as well, like you probably moved a few times during your life.
Yes, I lived in various countries. Yeah, and I like moving.
Yeah, it's part of your it's part of your life. It's very integrated in your life. And it's very interesting, this aspect of, and you are a Mercurian. That's what we say. I am a Mercurian as well, because your Mercury is very close to the Sun. That makes you super communicative person. Like, you know, you communicate with everyone. You make sure that everyone knows what's going on, and also like you try to make a point about have clear communication with people. Actually, people are very, very important for you. Most of your life, it's a kind of manifestation of the relationship that you create in your life. So your relationship with others, it's strongly important. Yeah. You can see this aspect like very important when these three planets like Jupiter, Mercury, and the Sun are very close, are conjunct. And obviously they're opposed to Pisces, which is your rising. So your first house is a Pisces. So that means like people see you as a very emotional person, and also like artistic, sharing. You actually give to people quite a bit. And people expect also that from you. They feel relaxed with you. They feel that they can talk to you about things that probably they don't do with other people. Also, this aspect is very strong by your moon and Virgo in the 5th house with Cancer. So it means like that you are really a loving person. It's really, really important for you. You have a very strong loving personality, and you have a sensitive character, a nurturing character. So that means also like that you find yourself very much into an oversensitive approach towards things. Yeah. Venus is giving you a lot as well, like in terms of finding try to find the possibility to give emotional security to the people that are close to you. And also these are very interesting aspect is these trines that are positive aspect. Yeah. And this you have this trine between the moon and the first house, which is again, you define yourself into a nurturing into nurturing other people, nurturing relationship. Obviously this aspect gives you also like the other side. The flip side of it is the fact that you probably tend to change emotionally very quickly, so you can be a little bit moody, and sometimes your mood can change many times during the day. Is it correct?
Wow, sometimes I get very angry and I really express it quite strong. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out. And the thing is like with this kind of What does it mean? This means also that you sometimes you tend to control. So your Pisces in the first house is giving you the kind of feeling that is a little bit unconscious for you. Maybe people will tell you, like your close family and friends, they will think that you are a bit controlling sometimes, because with your mood you can change the mood of all the group. So I won't be surprised if when you were a child, maybe you were just like burst in the middle of a dinner, everybody was happy, and then you changed the mood of everyone with some words that maybe were came up a little bit stronger, and the fact that you probably won't be in control of that kind of feeling. Yeah, you
That's
rely on that?
true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And sometimes I cannot control my feeling. As you
Mm.
mentioned, they're changing. And then 10 minutes later, I feel like stupid because I said, why did I get so angry? And I couldn't control it. It's like a volcano that is coming out. And then 10 minutes later, you are in completely different mood and you wonder about your first reaction.
Yeah, yeah, that makes completely sense. Now, to understand that, it's important that you understand that there is a part of you that is unconscious. And this unconscious works for you, for protection. So let's say that you are in a situation like that. It means like, and then you have this urge to burst and to say something that is not appropriate. That means that you sense it. You are sensitive on an unconscious level. So if the mood of other people, it comes to you like a wave, and you feel it, and you understand that there is something wrong, maybe some judgment, maybe something from other people that are not feeling completely okay with certain part of themselves, but they pretend that everything is fine. The thing is, like, you feel it, and by feeling it you cannot keep it inside because it's too strong for you. You're not completely aware of it. Then it comes like a burst of energy from inside out, and then you have to say it. You have to change it. You have to provoke the reaction that is actually um, probably unchanneled. Now, if you learn how to channel this and to feel, okay, you know what, I feel that this person is not completely okay at the moment, and then you act upon it in a very soothing way, like, try to nourish, like try to do what your chart is telling you to do, which is nurturing. Then you will probably find like a solution for this kind of situation. Obviously it cannot be done all the time, but you can work on it, and slowly you will feel that actually this, when you will do this, when you will act upon your instinct, it will be much easier for you. Also, another thing that you can do is like to say no when you don't feel that you want to do something. And that's probably Peter with the Enneagram can help you with that, because you see, that's a challenge for you. I'm not saying that you are a people pleaser, com- full on. It really depends also like how your culture and how you grow up. I don't know you very well, but what I can say that this chart is telling me that you have this strange combination of highly sensitive, very spiritual, and also very connected with society and social aspects. So because the social aspects are determining you a lot, like who you are, you feel like you are fulfilled when you are in relationship with many people, not just one, but many people. So people are very important for you. Now, Virgo is trying to tend to be a leader, and then, but this leader, this manifestation of a leader with this Jupiter, it makes also like the fact that you always want to give what people want, and that's not very good for you, not all the time. Yeah, so there is a huge learning lesson there, and let's not forget about Saturn here. You see all four major planets in your seventh house, so people are both bringing a lot of joy, but they bring also a lot of challenges, right? And there is a lot of learning there. This learning is also like to smooth the criticism that is inside of you. Now, as a Virgo, you have two aspects of criticism. One is the aspect of criticism towards the outside, towards the people that are close to you, and you want them to change for the good. Another one is the criticism for the self that you try to hide and try to forget. Now, that combination, it's a dynamite kind of combination, because sometimes you put you see more details in the outside than in the inside, because it's easier, it's a shortcut. It's easier to see the damage from outside than actually recognize the damage inside. And that's a lifetime work, but Saturn is helping you in this. So what it means, like the moment in which like you stay with that feeling of not to be complete and fulfilled and perfect, yeah, and accepting the imperfection, this will give you a huge, tremendous power that is start with the vulnerability and accepting vulnerability as a part of you. Now, if you don't do that because it's painful, then you will focus on other people problems. And by doing that, somehow you lose the power of leadership that you are craving to get. I don't know. Does it make sense, all of this, Julie?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I try to be very critical to myself first. I
Hmm.
set very high expectations to myself, but also to the people around me.
Yeah.
And of course, all that you said is quite true. And maybe I need to start accepting myself like I am, and I'm not perfect first. So maybe this will be the first exercise, right?
Probably the first exercise will be like to, first of all, be like, I'm looking at the lesson from Saturn. Yeah, the first exercise I will tell you is like stop worrying, like really stop worrying, and the feeling of inadequacy. Remove this feeling of inadequacy and worry about others, about yourself, about details, about things. Well, it's difficult for you, but it's possible. And Saturn is helping you in that. Like, try to find that is like what you see that doesn't work is a challenge actually to work, um, to accept.
Hmm.
Hmm? I don't know if it's clear. Like, the worry, that means like, oh, okay, if these are not done, this A, B, and C, then okay, then there's gonna be a problem, la la la, all this kind of mental talk is actually an opportunity. When you recognize that your brain is going into that pattern, just accept it. Okay, wow, look at me. I'm trying to I try to control so much the outcome of this by working a lot about details. You know what? Let it go. So recognizing to let it go. And when you do that, you'll see that your life is going to start to change, and your leadership, like your manifestation, will become much stronger and powerful.
Great advice. Yeah, I like it.
And then on the eighth house, we have Pluto. I will just say very, uh, this is a very specific thing. That means like you have a very, almost a psychic power, let's say. Or anyway, you had in your life very strong manifestation of a spiritual nature. And these are coming from your soul, at the soul level. So you have a very opening on that respect towards the unknown, or the other side of the of reality. And this has been like probably very strong since you were young. Now, Pluto in this position is also telling us a few things about your battlement with sexuality and situation of sexuality or sexual nature that have been a little bit challenging for you. Um, there is one side that is a fascination for the fascination for the occult, the esotericism, and everything that is um, unknown. And on the other side, there is this part of you that it's also challenging the gender at the core. So probably some issue with the mother figure and the feminine, because you are a female. So this kind of challenges towards these ideas and the work, especially from in your teenage years, could have been a little bit difficult for you. Now, there is a strong connection between occultism and sexuality. So you need to be a little bit aware of it and also try to avoid complacency in both things. Complacency means like that you go try to find the the solution within yourself for this kind of things. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm trying to say. It's like don't overdo it. Yeah. And allow yourself again to let go, to experience things the way they are, but without pushing. Yeah, without overdoing it, without pushing because you want to find the solution, because you will probably never find the solution. So that kind of creates a pattern for you in which like you go from this and then you go all the way in, and then at the end you don't find the solution, so you jump to another thing, and then you try to discover everything, you don't find the solution, then you jump into another thing. So what I'm suggesting you is to actually allow the external world to manifest to you, and that will be much more difficult for you to accept. So you don't intervene spiritually, but you allow the external to come in. Therefore, like, your spiritual life will have a shift, and you will be a little bit more fulfilled spiritually when you allow the external to come. There are a few challenges spiritually there for you, and I don't know your beliefs and I don't want to go into it, but there are a few challenges and some manifestation that they're coming from the the other side of reality, let's say. Mm? So this can be also like probably this happened to you already in terms of um, manifestations. I don't wanna say things that they really depends of your beliefs, but some manifestation of a word that it's not visible to everyone. Okay. Um, so then the other side, I will just quickly go into this couple of things
I
like
just
you.
have one question about the challenges. So, what do you think are the key challenges, and how can I overcome them?
We're talking about spiritual nature, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So the challenges of spiritual nature are the fact that you feel that you have a mission, and this mission is connected with your own self. Um, the mission of the self that the spiritual world. I don't know your beliefs, yeah, but
Can
let's
talk
say,
about Kabbalah also a little bit. She knows the Kabbalah.
okay, okay. So let's say this is all related with your incarnation, right? So in your reincarnation and your mission in life. So the feeling is like you have a from the light you received like some kind of signs in life in which like you have to develop a certain knowledge and a certain attitude towards the spiritual realm. So you probably had like some openings and manifestations, and this manifestation they make you feel like there is some work that you have to do in life. Now, in this position, Pluto is telling you that this opening is not for the self, but it's for the others. Now, everything that you feel that you have to do as for the self in terms of spirituality is actually is better if you transpose this towards the others, and accepting miracles to happen, not determining miracles. The challenge is for you is like not to create those miracles, but to allow these miracles to happen through you.
Mhm.
So the challenge will be, are you able to let it go of this energy? Or you keep it for yourself because you go in deep research for the main things for the self alone? That's the question. I don't know if I answer your question probably. Do you relate? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, yes. What I can say that I have really a lot of motivation to read, to learn about the invisible world,
Yeah.
and every day I have to learn something new, right? So, but of course, I mean, what you said is right for sure. Mhm.
Yeah, this like I have to. You don't have to. That's exactly the key what I'm trying to, the key of this reading. You don't have to do anything, and it's but you can do something. What you can do is just to allow miracles to happen to you, like the real miracles. Like that means like you can nourish other people's life with your own energy, with your own ability to connect this spiritual world with this reality. But if you focus too much on going deep and to find the cause and the resolution and everything like the truth, that will be actually putting you away from the real mission of your life, which is like allow this energy to come through you. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Mhm.
And another two things like very interesting are uh, the this Mars in Scorpio with Uranus. It also like makes you very friendly and optimistic and very powerful in terms of actions. You are doing a lot of action. You're an innovator, so you bring a lot of things new wherever you go, to all your friends. You are a true leader in the sense that you really bring a lot of passion, vitality, and energy wherever you go. And also like you bring a lot of ideas that are completely new. So most of the time your friends, they are surprised because you always come with something new. Is it correct?
Yes, that's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Always something like completely new and innovative. This is very good, but this is not your life mission. That's important that you understand. That means like although you feel like this is natural to you, that you have to bring this new energy and new things, the reality is that what is the real mission of your life is to bring nourishment and love and care and smooth the angles. Don't create contrast and conflict, but you are a peacemaker. You should be creating a peacemaker. I don't know if this is connected with the Enneagram, but the peacemaker, like bringing peace, it's a part of your mission in this chart. It's part the the personality that will give you more fulfillment in life. Yeah. um it's like because of Neptune in the 10th house, you tend to avoid responsibility, and but at the same times connect with the spirituality. Yeah. So your work, your life, your also in the family, you have you cannot avoid spirituality to come in. Yeah. It's like it's a part of who you are. So in one side there is the spiritual leadership that you are taking on the other side there is this idea that you don't want to take the responsibility at the same time. So this creates like a little bit of contrast. You have to make peace with it, and the more and the more you make peace with it, and you accept the challenge, accept the responsibility, without focusing on creating like what Mars and Uranus is telling you to do. So without focusing too much about pushing and creating action, but accepting the spiritual leadership, which means like, you need to grow slowly, but surely in one direction that is spiritual. It needs to be spiritual in order to manifest strongly. And your abilities is also like connected with your 11th house in Capricorn, which gives you like a very easy understanding of what the family values are, and use them in a very soothing way, nourishing way. So let's say because I think like I spoke a little bit, I spoke a lot about things, but just for recap everything in one go, we can say that your main goal, your main mission, and your main fulfillment in this life will be like to allow your nourishment, healing power, and the source of this healing is coming on the spiritual level, and use the tools that you already have, which are love, innovation, also in love, in the way that you can bring love outside to manifest and generate your true leadership, because you are a leader, but you cannot be lazy on this. You have to act on it, and you have to act on a spiritual level. But and how do you do this? You do this by not going in details to find out the main truth, but allow the spiritual world to manifest through you, through what you already see in nature. And the moment that you let go of that, you don't keep it hold on it, but you let go, the miracles will manifest for you, which is a bit of a paradox, but it's the key to understand your real true potential. How can you manifest that? And allow that in your relationship, in all your relationship, because you are very good at talking with everyone. So use that to bring that joy, the optimism, the loving and caring that you have.
Very good advice. Thank you.
Thank you.
I show it here. So when you see here, you are 9, but you don't really know it. You think you are 8 or 1. The 8 is the leader, of which we are talking about. Can you see?
Yes, yes.
8 is the one who is really in control. And in order to develop the spiritual growth, the path for the 8 is to go into the direction of the 2, which means to help other people, right? But from a perspective of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you are unsaved 2, which is trapped in the 2, you try to trade your help with other people in order to get something back.
So, in other words, you are 9, Julia, and the 9 perceives very much what other people want, and she perceives herself through the others. But also, the 9 is the one who is the center of the Enneagram, which means it contains all people. So you can easily join everybody and understand everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is your difficulty. You understand everybody's opinion, why they have their opinion so much that you lose yourself in this. So the invitation is to become yourself more, what Francesco also said. But there is a contradiction similarly. Francesco said, don't go too deep, but look for the outside. And I would tell you, you find yourself, exactly what he said, by let everything come back to you. What you see, the world, from Kabbalah too, that the world is a world made by the spirit. And what you see outside is apart from your inside. That you see also in astrology, that the stars are showing you what is going on inside, right? So when you see all the people showing me something about myself, then you can grow by forgiving them to show you what they show. But let everything be as it is, as Francesco also said. you grow energetically and from the essence of yourself. That means your awareness, your self-awareness is growing. You're becoming bigger and the world becomes smaller. And this is the goal, that you become bigger and you decide freely if you want to say yes or no to the demands of other people. So you have a strong 8 wing, which can, when you want to grow out of leadership in order to control, you will go into the direction of 2 to help others to help themselves, not to go into independent relationship with you, but help others to stand up and walk their own way. This is your true job as a leader. And then you have a wing at 1 to the 1, which means you are a perfectionist in some level. You want to make everything perfect. In other words, sometimes you play the police for what other people should do or what yourself should do, and you measure everything on the scales of the ego, which always demands perfection in a world where there is no perfection. So, and to get out of this trapment to be a perfectionist is to move to the 7. That means to take things easy and to enjoy life more and let go the demands of the ego. You can just register them, but my ego wants this and I'm not feeling comfortable because it's not perfect, the situation. But you just melt yourself into the situation, let it be, feel it, and let the emotions go constantly. So invite all emotions that are rising in you to become their space, give them their space, but also let them go. And don't worry, don't bother about your thinking in that moment. When something is arising, don't listen to your ego's voice. Don't think at all. Just stay with the feeling, with the energy, and let it rise to your out of the crown chakra. This is the best way. And when this energy is passed to your throat, you will be a little bit feel uncomfortable, but this is part of the process. This is how you get rid of negative feelings. Okay? So you stay in the 9, you can take your remote place and you can see the world, but register when you are lost in the feelings and sayings of other people. Come back to yourself and invite the energies to just be there and get more and more in touch with yourself. That's what I would say from the Enneagram standpoint.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, really appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. Well, Enneagram and astrology are really connected in a way, because the many things that you just said are are close to what the astrology is telling you, especially this part of this, like about like accepting this possibility that you don't have to do anything. The manifestation is coming outside the moment in which you let go, and then this manifestation happens. Like, no? What do you think, Peter?
Yes, absolutely. So this is the whole teaching, and it combines itself very well. And the question is, Julia, if you want to, when you hear something which is ringing to yourself with all this information, and you say, oh, in 1 year, I want to have changed something in my life. So my invitation for you is to create a goal which you want to achieve in 3 months, maybe, and also in 1 year. And then we talk next time about the steps you have to take in order to get there. Don't waste the opportunity now where you have so much impact of yourself, about yourself, that, this is interesting, but not using it for your real life. Maybe you want to change something, and then it's important to devote every day some minutes for going in that direction. What do you think?
Absolutely. I can set up some goals for the next 3 months, for the next 1 year that I want to achieve. And then with daily baby steps, I can come towards the goal. I don't know when I can achieve it. Maybe it's the entire life I need to work on it. I don't know. Maybe I'll never achieve it. Who knows? But it's the intention to go in this direction. I think it's good enough. And the baby steps and the daily trials and work, this is also a good thing.
Nice. Do you have any question, like any specific question that you want to know?
No, I heard a lot, and everything that you said is true. I mean, I confirm. And now I got your advices, and I need to make a plan how to improve.
Great, perfect. Okay, so thank you for being with us, and we'll talk soon. Yeah, and good luck with everything in your life. Yeah.
Thank you, and you too have a good day. Thank you for the time you spent with me. It was very interesting and useful to me. I mean, it gave me really good insights about myself and some things that I know about them, but I didn't really realize and take them seriously. But now I think I can work on that.
Perfect. Yeah, that's very good. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Julia.
Thank you,
And
Peter.
remember that you don't have to do more right now, but maybe your exercise is just to sit there and let everything be, and just sit with yourself without doing anything, without figuring out anything, without making more plans, but just to feel what you really want. And then listen first to yourself. Don't let your spiritual ego take the path, but let it be from your soul, right? Connect with your soul, and then you will see easily in which direction you should go. So, you know what I mean?
Yes, that's a good advice. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you for coming, and we see each other for the next time, Julia.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye.